Good morning, my dear. I hope you all are fine. Students, today I am going to discuss these four topics: evolution of networks and internet, second, computer network, third, transmission medium, and the fourth one, network devices. Students, you all know network. If I'm talking about the network, yes, what the thing that comes to your mind? That means a chain. Maybe one computer joined with other computer who is that computer may be very near or maybe very far. That is far from you. It may be all the devices connected with each other in a LAN, maybe other peripheral devices connected in your network. So if I'm talking about the network, means the collection of devices connected with each other. Got it? You know, students, earlier how we were communicating with others, we were not having the facility of internet. We use the letter postcard to send it. Any information that has to be sent, either we use the letter or we use the telephone. There were no other means, either your telephone or your letter. You can use, you can be able to use at that time SMS also. But nowadays our technology is so advanced, we can do a lot of things. Even the thing which is very far from me, that also I can gather it. So one by one I will be discussing, my dear. So first of all, you have to know the evolution of network, how your internet came, how it has changed your life. That I'm going to discuss, my dear. You know, my dear, in 1969, yes, Advanced Research Project Agency Network, you all are knowing about the ARPANET, was developed, my dear. But sorry, my dear, it was restricted to non-commercial purpose such as military and research. Later on, its use extended to the education by supporting various educational websites. Okay. Now, after this later on, USF name, that means United States National Science Foundation, formed a computer network, and that was known as, my dear, CSSNet. And what is the full form of CSSNet? That is Computer Science Network. It gained a lot of popularity because it allowed dial-up connection, and its idea was very, you can say, very simple, my dear. Through continuous research and development in this field, my dear, NSFNet, that is National Science Foundation Network, came into existence. NSF had a higher capacity and greater speed as compared to CSNet. Okay, yes, all these networks were improved later on, and it was given a name, internet. And you all know, my dear, internet is one of the largest network of the world, my dear. Now, my next part, about the computer network. Nodes or station. are electronic devices such as computers, printers, fax machines, and telephones, which communicate with each other by sending and receiving data or message. You know, if I'm saying a node, that can be your printer, a scanner, whatever the other peripheral device that you have connected, that is called as node, my dear. Now, one-way simple communication system that comprises the following components. You know, whenever you are the part of network, these all components you must see. If I have to send, then I will be what? The sender. Who will receive my data? That person will be the receiver one. Understood? And what is the channel? That is the medium by which my data is going to be transferred. Yes, to the sender, to the receiver. Now, you see, sender is what? The mode that is responsible for sending the data. Receiver is who? The mode that is responsible for receiving the data. What is a message? Message can be anything, my dear. It can be the text, it can be the audio, it can be the video, anything. Now, what is channel? Channel is the communication medium through which the message is transmitted. If two parties, they are talking with each other, yes, one will be the sender, another one will be receiver. When a person is speaking, yes, that person will be what? The sender. And who is listening? That will be the receiver. And what will be the medium? Your ear is the medium. Understood? Now, you can see the diagram. You see here. This is your computer network. How? You see it. This is your system. This is your system. This is your system. That is system 1, system 2, system 3. But if you have a single printer, then also you can take the service of printer, because your printer is in a network. That means system A can give the command, system B can give the command, system C also can give the command, and printer will work. Suppose you are having 50 computers. It is not necessary that each and every person will buy a printer. No. Connect all your systems in a network and join this network with your printer, and everyone can avail the facility of printer. Now, next part. The communication take place in a computer network can be categorized as simplex, half duplex, and full duplex. If I'm transferring my data, I'm the sender, and person who is getting the data, that is the receiver. So what type of communication can have? Yes, that I can categorize in 3 modes. One is the simplex, other one is the half duplex, another one is the full duplex. Now, what is a simplex mode? In simplex mode, information can be transferred only in one direction. Understood? That means that one-way direction will be the best example I can say. Radio, television, your signal will come. Can you say stop, stop? If you are listening song from FM channel, you will say stop, stop, then that station will stop. No, it will, yes, transmit, yes, whatever the signals that is to your device. It will be one way. So that is called the simplex one. Now, half duplex means what? That means it is a bi-directional communication between two nodes. That means both the parties can, yes, say be the, yes, either sender or the receiver. But one problem is there. If you are speaking, that person cannot speak at the time. If suppose user A is speaking, then user B has only to listen. And when user B is speaking, then A will be listen. Walkie-talkie, you are knowing the same example. Now, full duplex. Full duplex means what? Receiver and the sender both can be active. Both ways signal can be passed. Okay. The best example is your smartphone or your telephone. Now, next part. Computer networks can be used as means of resource sharing and communication. Yes. You see, whenever you are having your computers in a network, then first of all, you must have to know it. Why I'm going to have all my computers in a network? Only for the advantage, for the benefit, and what are the two benefits? That is resource sharing and communication. That means communication is gathering information from someone or sending any information. And here resource sharing is what? I want to share, yes, printer. If 10 PCs are there and each and every PC should share the printer, then this is the benefit of, yes, network. Not only your hardware will be shared, software also. If you have your software installed in your server, everyone can use the server, use the software. Everyone can use the hardware because your computer is the part of network. But if you are authorized person, then you can be able to access. Otherwise, you cannot. Now, the next one is a transmission medium. You see, my dear, whenever you are sending your data from one station to another station, that means from one node to another node, then it can be categorized in two ways. One is the guided medium and other one is the unguided one, where you have the concept of wire and the wireless one. Now, guided medium, the term refers to the physical conductors such as twisted pair, coaxial cable and fiber optic cable. Understood? Where you use the physical cables, yes, to send your data from one node to another node. That is called as guided medium. Understood? Now, in twisted pair and coaxial cable, the signals travels as a voltage and current signal. Understood? But when I'm talking about the optic fiber cable, then it is in the form of light. Understood? Nowadays, we are using two types of cable in our network. One is my twisted one, and other one is the fiber optic. Then where we are using the coaxial cable, you know, in the cable TV, you will see you will be having this type of cable, coaxial cable. Now, the next part is unguided medium. Understood? Now, you can understand by this one. Guided means what? If I have spread my wire in this way, then my data will pass how? My data will pass in this way, same way. This means I'm giving the instruction, I'm giving the medium. Okay, you pass like this way, like this way, like this way. But unguided means what? My data can go by this way also, this way, in any way to reach to the destination. That's why a term is used here, unguided. Now, unguided medium. And the unguided medium use electromagnetic waves that do not require a physical conductor, no cables. The best example, you have your radio, microwave, infrared. Yes, these all are your unguided medium. Now, I have already categorized. You can see it. You can understand this one. Now, next part is network devices. Yes, next one is the network device. Now, you all have seen the cable. Okay, the cable operators just spread the cables to your houses, but have you seen any box the cable operators they are using? Yes, what is the name of that box? Can anyone tell me? That is the repeater. Okay, repeater is used, my dear. Yes, what is the actual use of a repeater? See, it is going to boost your signal. If your signal is weak, your signal will be boosted. With increase in distance, a signal may become weak or distorted. A repeater is used to restore the input signal to its original form so that it can travel a larger distance. It is known as digital generator. You know, whenever you are transferring your signal, and this signal has to be sent to a larger distance, at that time in between, you have to use a repeater. This repeater is going to boost your signal. The signal which is weak, that is going to be boosted, my dear. Now you can see in the diagram, you see, this is my one network, and through the repeater, I am going to connect the other network. Okay. Maybe this one is 1,000 meters away from my first network. Then what will happen? If directly I will join with this cable, maybe my signal will become weak. So I will use here one device that is called as repeater, so that my weak signal will be boosted, and then same way to the other one also. Now the next part, that is hub. You see, my dear, hub, actually these all which I am discussing, these all are the devices. Understood? Now what is the role of a hub? Hub is used to, yes, connect, yes, your devices. Like I'm having, it is a central device, and I'm going to connect my first PC. You can see PC number 1, PC number 2, PC number 3, PC number 4. So whenever any signal that will come, you know what will happen? It will be transmitted to all my 4 ports that are connected with 4 different PCs. But what will happen if this signal will be passed to all 4? Then what will happen? Maybe my other data which is waiting over there, which is to be sent to this PC, cannot go. That means it is a time taking. But when I'm talking about the switch, switch is called an intelligent device. Now what the switch will do, if I am taking this one as the switch, what the switch will do, it will only send that signal to the concerned port. That means if this is my signal first, second and third, this signal should be given to A, this one to B, and this one to C. And this already I categorize this one as A, B, C, D node. Now, what will happen? This one directly will go to A. This one will go directly to B. When your data is transferring from, yes, switch to node, at that time other 3 ports will not be busy, my dear. But in hub it happens. That's why nowadays we are not using hub. Instead of hub we are using switch. Now you can see the switch. Now, next one is bridge. You all have seen the bridge to connect one node to another one. That means if you want to cross the river, you cannot cross it unless you are not having bridge. Otherwise, you have to take either the boat, yes, to go to the other end. Now, what is bridge? A bridge is a multi-port device used for connecting two or more LAN. You see, this is my first LAN, this is my second one, and this is my third one. You see, my dear, this bridge is doing what? It is connecting 1 to 2 and 1 to 3. Understood? Thus, a bridge may be used to produce bigger LANs by combining smaller LAN. Yes, that means it is the combination of LANs which can form a big network. Now, the next one is your router. I will discuss the difference between bridge and router because both will behave same. Understood? Now, what is router? Router are used to connect various networks. A router transmits data from incoming network to another network. That means whatever the signal, the data that is coming, that is going to be transferred here, in all that work. Understood? But what is the condition? Based on the destination address, the router determines to which network the incoming packet should be transmitted. Maybe to this one or this one. Got it? Now you can watch it, my dear. I have used the switch also. But you know, when you are connecting your devices in only a single room, then you must use switch, my dear. But when you are going to connect one building to another building, switch is not the solution. Yes, your router is the solution. I'm giving you the diagram. You see, this is my router. Okay, this is my first building. This one is my second building. Now, this building contains 5 PCs. This one contains 10 PCs. So what I will do it, I will connect this router to this building via switch. So I will place a device switch here. And here also, I will provide a switch and then I will connect to these all 10 pieces. So don't place the router here. Router is costlier as compared to switch. So whenever you have 2 or 3 buildings, at that time you can go for the router. It is also boosting your signal, my dear. Now I'm going to discuss the differences. You see, a bridge does not block any broadcast or multicast traffic. That means any data that is coming, that is passing, it has no such tools through which, yes, the bridge can stop those, yes, signals. But router can block any broadcast or the multicast. That means any signals that is going to be transferred, it has such rules through which it can block such data. I'm giving you the best example. You know, nowadays we are having the hardware firewall, and this hardware firewall we have inside the router, which can block the unknown data and it cannot allow to enter in our network. Next, a router should deals with complex data structure such as graphs, but a bridge deals with the simple data. That means where you have the complexity, that means where you have your complex data structure, you prefer the router Otherwise, you can go for the bridge. Now, the third difference, your router does its routing based on IP address, but in bridge, MAC address. And the last one, a router selects the best path or the route a packet must be sent. That means if my router is here, let me clear everything. My router is here and this is my destination, then it will take the shortest path. It will not go like this way, but bridge can. So these were the main differences between the bridge and the router. So you have to decide whether I have to go for bridge or I have to go for the router one. And the last part, that is gateway. A gateway connects networks based on different protocols technology to communicate with each other. Data combining from one network operating on one protocol is converted according to the protocol of the outgoing network. See, yes, it is pre-decided that how your data is going to be transferred on which protocol. Understood? And then forwarded. Thus, a gateway may be thought as a router equipped with software for protocol conversion. See, actually, when you are having, yes, the two facilities in your router, that is your software and the protocol conversion, then you can say that this is my gateway. Gateway is what? That means it is giving you a path by which your data will be transferred. Just think one simple example I am giving you. Have you seen the apartment? Apartment has how many gates? Only one gate. Yes, there are different flats, there are different doors, but a person, a member, yes, who has to pass, who has to go for marketing, he or she must use the same gate. Yes, same technology we have in the gateway also. I hope you all have understood these all topics, my dear. Thank you.